So I'm making this video just addressing my thoughts about this, my current situation. Is it? I'm going to come a bit closer so you can hear me. I have this idea that, I have definitely confirmed that I have a deep distrust for humans. And then that has come back to me in an awareness that I am projecting my deep, mistrust in me. A lot of my thoughts have been nourished and probably verified by Jung's theory that we project uncomfortable things that live inside of us. And I have accepted that this is true. I spent the most part of my young adult life and adolescent life thinking that the enemy was outside of me. It was constantly identifying who the bad guys were and who the good guys were. This definitely sharpened my persona, who I decided I was going to be in this story. And as I've gotten older, I've noticed that I am not the hero I thought I was. I think my first visions of what a dark person I could be was a while back now, and yeah, it was terrifying at first. And then as I got more used to understanding why I have a dark side too, began to fall in love with myself more and more. It really does make sense. It was a long journey. It was a deep journey. It is a deep journey. I'm still walking through that. And it really does put a perspective on the vulnerable nature of the psyche. And how it tries to prove to itself what it's not, but it is what it is. And I watch my mind do that to itself constantly. And it's wonderful to attend to this inner conflict with love and compassion, and to allow the conflict to still be, because I sense now that it's sharpening inner parts of me that I can't sharpen in the outer world. I used to think I could reform the world and in some way make being me more meaningful, less scary, and coming to terms with the fact that I have no power in the world, that the only real strength I have is inside of me. Also, giving up the illusion that I have any power in the outer world liberated me to begin to explore the strength I had inside of me, and the strength that you have inside of you. All humans have this strength. And the magic thing, and the only reason I call it magic is because I don't know anyone that has discovered or understood or tangibly explained how this happens. We've got constructs, of course, that we use, but I shift something inside of me, and quite quickly the outer world shifts and transforms right in front of me. And it's magic. And it's only when I try and chase the wind outside that I burden myself. And then I come back to the same conclusion. It's the inner world and shifting perspectives, ideas, challenging parts of myself. Bring more meaning to the world, at least in my subjective experience. So with that set in place, I think, that idea, that philosophy, again, subjective. And obviously there are other philosophers and psychologists and deep thinkers that have probably agreed on this already. So I'm only floating on their shoulders. And it brings me peace. I still have no answers about what any of this is. But I feel like I have more answers about, at least about what brings me peace. But back to the video, why I'm making this video today is because of this relationship that I have with the masculine and with the feminine. I was telling a friend a few days ago that I don't just have mummy issues, I've got daddy issues. I've got both mummy and daddy issues. And that's a conundrum to be in. So that obviously I carry a lot of deep mistrust for my world and the people in it. But I understand that that is a projection of my lack of trust in my own inner masculine and my own inner feminine. And I could go into why that happened, and it's in a nutshell. Mum and dad were very unpredictable beings. Well, no, dad was very predictable. He was predictably violent and controlling. Not that he wanted to be. And my mother was predictably irrational and covertly abusive. Not that she wanted to either. And it's kind of weird to understand that these two broken people have loved me the most on earth. I know my grandmother and my grandfather loved me a lot too. Loved us a lot. By us, I mean me and my sister, who passed away a few years ago. No one has given or loved me more than my mother and my father. And I've had a lot of people love me. And I'm just thinking of that now. That these two broken people could love so deeply. And at the same time cause so much perceived harm because I'm intact now. And I know a lot of idealists have felt like the world has done them wrong, or others have done them wrong. And I don't know, I wonder whether that's a personality thing. I wonder whether we just perceive and we're more sensitive. Because I know I'm resilient, but am I resilient? Am I that resilient? Are we that resilient? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going off track. I just had that thought now, and it just filled my heart with love and compassion. The mum and dad adored us so much, despite their brokenness. My father is gone now with Eva, but my mother is here, and at least I have a chance to rekindle my relationship with her image. And it's growing into something quite beautiful and special. So I think I am definitely, I've done a good work at restoring my relationship with the feminine, my image of the feminine. And now I'm in the process of restoring my image of trust, my trust with my image of the masculine. And I was in this quarrel, like again, being an introverted thinker, maybe it depends on personality. So maybe an extrovert gets to restore their relationship with the masculine and the feminine with an actual human, a real one. That somehow then ventures inward to restore their inner relationship with their own masculine, with their own feminine. And I thought for a while that that's what I had to do, and I've tried. I've created some long-lasting relationships with the masculine. And romantically, it seems to be the only real time I become more of who I am, which is quite submissive and tender and soft and feminine. It happens quite naturally when I'm around a man that I love and admire. So I'm definitely at my best when I'm in love, but that quickly turns toxic as I get closer or they get closer to me. So I'm celibate for the moment. I don't really have a very high libido, so it's easy to say. I wouldn't say no to an opportunity, probably. I'm always curious about what masculine I'm drawing into my field of awareness. But during my time alone, I keep wondering, do I have to just test my limits and walk it out with somebody long enough until I overcome my mistrust and my fear of the masculine? And it doesn't really align with my personality much. I keep feeling like I've got to restore that relationship inside of me. But how do I do that? I don't have enough symbols and enough images inside of me. So I'm in that process now. It's going to come clear. So I said, okay, who is the masculine to me? What does it look like? And it's protective, it's provider, it leadership. So it provides leadership, protection, it provides, inspires, and helps me grow and create a future. So this is basically the image I have of what I think the masculine is. And then I thought, well, I wonder if this is my professional development. Like, I wonder if this is me trusting in my work, my own masculine, where I become my own provider, my own protector, my own leader, my own inspirer. But that's who I've always been. So when do I give that throne to somebody else? Am I ever going to give it over? I feel like being afraid of man is forcing me to hold on to it, and I don't really want to hold on to it. Nevertheless, here I am again. And maybe, is it the only way? Is that really the only way to go? I don't know. I don't think so, because it doesn't align with my idea of long-lasting relationships and my ultimate dream, which is to create a family. So I have to break out of this one day. Anyway, I'm committing the next couple of years to my professional development and building that relationship with myself, because I have, even though I've been a provider, a protector, a leader, and an inspirer to myself, I'm constantly failing myself so that I keep breaking my own trust. So it's never been long lasting. A feminine side that just wants to ponder and flatter and, be taken care of comes in. I'm really good at that. I think the feminine inspires. But I think I definitely enjoy being feminine. Nevertheless, I definitely enjoy this other aspect of myself. So I'm handing that role over to an organization that I really trust. training, and I'm going to surrender to the pulse of it, and I'm going to trust that I can adjust, and that he can adjust to me. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want this to pull me away from my ultimate dream, just to create a beautiful family. And I have an intuition that I'm going to meet Mr. Right, the image at least. I've met him many times. I'm pushing away quite quickly. I think this is the journey to him. So here I go. Do I want to be a woman that has made her job her father and her husband? I don't think I want that. I do want a real human man. And this is my journey to him. So I don't know, those are my questions. And we'll see what happens.